Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Venom. So we're going to get started in the head area at the top of the mouth, because the mouth is actually one of the key features of this character's design. So starting on the left, I'm just going to swoop across to the right. So starting at the same height and ending off at the same height. Then from here, I'm going to draw the rows of teeth on top. So up on the left here, I'm going to curve in, then curve back up. I'm going to curve in, and curve back up. I'm going to continue this until I get about center, and then the center tooth I'm going to go straight down and straight up like a V. I'm going to reverse the curves now, going towards the left, and all the way up until I meet that point again. Now from here, I'm going to take these center points, the high points, and just curve around, just to create that sort of line between the gum and the teeth. If you do this, it kind of looks like he's got really thick gums. Okay, now from here, I'm going to have to draw in the tongue before I draw in the rest of the mouth. So I'm going to have the tongue coming down, slithering across this way. So starting up here on the left, I'm going to come around to the right, curve out to the left again, and then back towards the right. Now you can make any shape you want, but this is just the shape I'm going to go with. So from here, I'm just going to draw what looks like sort of like a raindrop sort of shape to the left. And from here, I'm going to come down through the middle, and then taper back in. And then from this point, I'm going to go out to the right, and then back towards the left. Then from here, I'm just going to follow this path all the way back towards the top of the mouth, but as I go up, the line's going to get just a little bit thicker. Okay, I'm going to find my center point here, and I'm just going to go across to the middle and just kind of like end it off like that. So that just shows the divider between the tongue. Let's go back up to the top on the left here. I'm just going to create a curve that comes down. I'll do the same thing on the right. Now from here, I'm going to do an overlap. So I'm going to come up a little bit, and I'm going to curve down. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side, and just tuck that in behind the tongue. And from this point, I'm just going to curve back up, just to finish off the bottom of the mouth. Now I just want to go in here and just draw a few more teeth. And I don't have to do like what I did on the top here. I don't need to draw the gums. So I'll just kind of come in and just draw a few long fangs. Just along that. Do some more on the right, maybe one more spaced up here and up here. I can go in and color the rest in black, so the inside space will be colored in black. Now if this drawing is going a little bit too fast for you, you can always pause the video, get caught up, and then start playing again. And I'm always using a Sharpie fine point marker for all my lessons, and you can find these at any stationery store. Okay, so now that we got that all colored in black, now we're going to go in and draw the jawline. So let's go on the side again here. I'm just going to outline the outer edge of that mouth. I'll do the same thing on this side here on the right. And then I'm going to curve in the opposite direction and just follow that contour of the inner part of the mouth all the way around. And from here, I'm just going to curve out, kind of like that. Now let's draw the top of the head here. So I want the top of the head to be right about here. So I'm going to take this point, the side of the mouth, go up towards the center of the highest point of the head. And I'm going to bring this line back down to the right side of the head. Right beside the mouth, like so. It's okay if I overlap a little bit, that's kind of cool. Okay, now let's draw the eyes. So in the center here, I'm going to imagine a circle in the middle. So I'm going to outline the one left side here with a curve, and then on the right side I'll do the same thing. From here I'm going to curve up, and I'm going to go back left and right just to make sure I get the right balance between the both sides. From here I'm going to curve up again, like so. I'm going to do a sharp turn in, and I'm going to go back up to the top, and then I'm going to do a straight line going outwards in an angle. And then I'm just going to go up and tuck that in at the top of the head. Now let's go along the bottom here. So here, I'm just going to follow the upper contour of that mouth on both sides, curving up. And do an angled line, a curved line coming down towards the mouth. A sharp curve back up, and then straight line to the outside. Okay, so there's his eyes. That's pretty simple. Okay, now let's go up to the top of the back. So here, I'm going to go up a little bit higher than the top of his head and draw a point. From here, I want to draw the upper back. So I'm going to draw a curve that goes to the left. I'll take this point I'll go up a little bit and curve to the right. Okay, so there's his upper shoulders. Let's get to the shoulders, his deltoid. So I'm going to do an overlap right about here. I'm going to make the shoulders quite large. Go up a bit and draw a curve that comes all the way around, almost like a full circle or a half circle. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Just coming all the way around back towards the head sort of thing. Okay, and then from here I'm just going to draw the front part of his chest. So I'm going to draw an overlap here. So I'm going to draw a big chest. So up here I'm going to do an overlap, cross that shoulder, and just come in. I'm going to start up at the same height on the right side, cross that shoulder, and just come in. Just kind of like fade that out. Now that I have that upper part of the body blocked out, I can draw the rest of the arms. So from here, I'm going to go up here and draw a curve going out towards the elbow. Then from here, I'm just going to curve in the opposite direction for the forearm. Here, I'm going to draw the biceps. So going from here out this way, I'm just going to draw a curve. So like kind of like an overlapping curve. Come up here, do an overlap, and just draw the inner part of his forearm. Okay, so you can sort of see his arms are sort of tucked back. His bicep is sort of in the back, and his forearm has come out forward. Let's do the same thing on this side here. So here, I'm going to draw his biceps sort of curving around. And right about here, like I did here, I'm going to draw a curve out. And then curve around the opposite direction for his forearm. And right about here, this is going to kind of get tucked in behind his chest a little bit more than on the left side. So kind of like that. Let's block in his hands now before I film the rest of the forearms. So here, I'm going to draw the thumb. So here is his hand. So I'm going to have him in sort of a claw. So up here, I'm going to draw the first claw for his thumb. And curve that back in. From here, I'm going to curve in. Now I'm going to do an overlap here and draw a curve. And I'll draw a sharp point for his first finger. So it's basically repeating this shape here, but I'm just kind of turning it. From here, I'm just going to come down. Then right here, I'm just going to cross this with a little curve like that. Actually, I could probably do that on the thumb as well, kind of like that. From here, I'm going to draw in the second finger. So let's draw a curve, goes up. I'm going to round this out all the way. Okay, because the fingers are just going to slowly come this way. So the pinky will basically be this, but flipped over. From here, I'm going to curve down to that finger. Let's go back to this finger now. So I'm going to go up with a curve. Draw another claw. From here, I'm just going to tuck this into that finger there. And I'll draw a curve like that. I can probably draw another one here. And for the pinky, I'm just going to come straight out. Curve to the tip of the finger. Curve down. Do a little wrinkle there. Now from here, I can draw in the palm of his hand, the meat part of his hand. So I'll go back up here and draw a curve like this. Do an overlap and just tuck this into that pinky. Then right in the center of the hand here somewhere, I'm just going to draw a curve like that, just to finish it off, so you have that little line there. Now from here, all I just need to do is just curve that into the wrist, and I'll just extend this right into that hand. Now let's do the same thing on the right side. So I'll do the exact same thing. So starting at the thumb, right about here, I'll curve out to the knuckle, do that claw, and curve this in. Okay? And draw the second finger. So coming in like that, the claw, and curve this around like so. I'll draw a wrinkle for the finger, and I'll draw one more for the thumb. Right about here, I'll draw another claw like so. Probably tuck this in like that. Draw a wrinkle for that finger, and then we'll draw one more finger here like this. Draw a claw, so. And I'll tuck this last one in like so. That. And then for the hand, just like this, start up here by the thumb, curve this in, overlap, curve that into that pinky, and then just extend the forearms in. Okay, so now we got the hands, we got the forearms. Let's get into the legs. So up here, I'm going to have his body's sort of tilted forward, so it's sort of overlapping his legs. So let's go up here and draw a curve, kind of like that, for his thigh. I'm going to come down here, do an overlap, draw a kneecap. Let's go up here. So here's the center part of his body. So right about here, his thigh will just come around like that. And I'm going to come about here, do a wrinkle going towards that hip. Let's finish off this leg here. So I'm going to come up a bit, curve in. Let's go up here and draw his calf. And then from this point, I'm just going to reverse curve that to the heel. Okay. So now here I'm just going to reverse curve that, going towards the ankle. And then all I have to do here is do an overlap, curve towards one toe, curve that in. I'm going to do an overlap here, draw the second toe, curve that in, and then do another final overlap, and curve this in, and then meet up with that point there. Okay, so there's that one leg. Let's draw the back leg here. So here I'm just going to draw a wrinkle here for the hip. Let's draw the thigh in the back. So I'm going to curve this around, and it gets tucked in behind this finger. I'm just going to imagine this coming around all the way. I'll draw the back of his leg here, coming up this way. So I just want to kind of make sure that I line up the knees roughly the same height. Okay, from here I'm going to do an overlap for the shin. Back here I'll do the calf. It's almost like a circle that I just kind of left gaps open in. And back here I'm going to draw a heel with a curve. I'll reverse curve that to the ball of his foot. And curve and come out with a claw. Okay, now it's kind of tricky. So coming up and down, I'll curve up. I'll do an overlap, come up for the second toe, do a claw, come up and do a wrap around, bring that claw in, and then right here I'm going to do an overlap and draw the front of the top of his foot tucked in behind that shin. And the final part is the spider symbol on his chest. So he's got 4 legs on either side, so I'll start probably right about here. Let's draw a curve going up towards his head and then curving down. Okay? And do the same thing on this side. So curving up, curving down towards the side of his chest. And all I want to do is just repeat this 4 times on either side. So going up, probably come down, and then up. So I'll do the same thing on this side, going up, down, and then up. Okay, let's do that. And I'm just basically going to outline on the outer side. So here, I'm just going to leave a gap in the center and just basically trace around. Okay, so I'm just leaving a very thin gap in between. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and then basically duplicate that all the way around. So if you think about this in color, these legs are white, the rest of his body is black. Okay, so let's do that outline again. So keeping that thin line across the way. And then one other leg, so coming down. Now here, I'm just going to kind of leave a gap because there's the body and the thorax of the spider. So I'm just going to have to fill that in a little bit later. So coming up like this. This gets tucked in behind that tongue. And I'll draw one final leg, so the outline. I'll draw the outline on this side. Try to squeeze that in. Let's go up here like this. Okay. Now I'm going to imagine the thorax here. So if I imagine like an oval here, I'm going to have to close this gap off. Probably see a little bit here. And from this point, I'm just going to draw a curve. 2 curves going in towards each other. And from here, sort of like an upside down V. And I think that should basically close off all the way through. Just draw the top of his chest. So from right beside the mouth, draw a curve going one way, curve going the other. And I think that's it. There we have it. There's Venom. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like, share this with your friends, and get them to subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.